Kimbark Coyotes. Today our special guest on Crazy Critters is Bee. She is our youngest snake. She is a queen bee ball python, and that is her morph. Remember, the morph is the genetic mutation that affects the color or pattern on a ball python. Her morph, queen bee, is a mixture of a spider, a pastel, and a lesser platinum genetic mutation. So those three are found in her genes. Something else that's kind of interesting about ball pythons is that they are crepuscular. Now, you've heard about animals that are nocturnal, they're awake all night, and diurnal, they're awake during the day like us. Crepuscular animals are most active at dawn and dusk. And this is kind of true for these guys. They tend to be awake when it starts to get a little bit cooler in the evening. They'll start coming out, but they spend most of their time hiding. We also know that these guys are constrictors, and that means that they're not poisonous and they don't bite their prey to death. What they do is they hunt, they catch something, and then they coil around it and they squeeze it until it dies. And then remember, we talked about before how they can open up their jaws and then they can eat their prey whole. Now, they are predators, but they do have some natural predators that would hunt them out in the wild. So a larger snake will eat a smaller snake, like a small ball python. Larger birds, your birds of prey, a hawk or an eagle would eat a snake this size. We know that some frogs will actually eat baby ball pythons, and that some spiders and insects in the wild can cause harm to the baby ball pythons as well. So ball pythons really make good pets. One of the reasons is they don't really get that big. Remember, their average size is 3 to 5 feet long, and they're very easy to handle because they're so calm and docile. And if you hold them for about 15 minutes a day, they will get so used to you that they'll just kind of hang out with you like Nike does in the classroom. You might wonder, does it hurt if you get bitten by a ball python? Well, let me tell you, this one right here is the only snake that's ever bitten me. We learned early on that we cannot feed her in her home tank. We have to put her in another tank because every time I put my finger in there, she thinks I'm food. So one day I went in to get her and she actually did strike at me and bite me. It really didn't hurt. It kind of felt like a paper cut. I think I was more just surprised by the fact that it happened, because afterwards I was like, well, it didn't hurt. So if you do end up getting a snake like a ball python, you do want to probably feed them in a separate container just so they don't confuse you with their food. And now the moment you have been waiting for. Remember last time I asked you, what is the rarest ball python out there? And today I'm going to tell you. The rarest ball python right now is called the stranger ball python. This ball python does not occur all the time, making it the rarest and right now the most expensive ball python out there. It can go for as much as $20,000 per snake. Wow, that's a lot of money. I have to tell you though, the newer the morph in a snake, the more expensive it's going to be. That's like when you get a brand new toy, maybe a new cell phone or a new Nintendo Switch. When it first comes out, it is super expensive. But after it's been around for a while, the price starts to go down. This happens in snakes as well. In 2012, there was a snake called the Lavender albino ball python. It sold for $40,000. But now, if you go to buy one of those snakes, it's only $250. So that just goes to show you The newer something is, the more expensive it is. If you wait a little bit, it will definitely go down in price. All right, guys, I hope you like learning about bee today. I'll see you next time.